Eagles and the Ravens call and say, "You give us Jalen, we'll give you Lamar." You making that trade, Britt?
Do I have to go
You
first?
gotta go first.
This one is hard because you see the progress Jalen has made. He's doing very well. Accuracy is better. He's starting to learn how to throw his receivers open. He's seeing the field well. He moves well. Lamar has a better arm. Lamar sometimes decision making is not there. Oh, I love Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna stick with Jalen Hurts, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I love, first of all, if he is a young player. I love it's more intangibles than tangibles. It's more his leadership in the locker room and what he does for the other players surrounding him. You've seen what happened when Gardner Minshew came into the game. He didn't even have that same impact on his team. And I'm not even talking about on the field. I'm talking about off the field. When Jalen's on the field, off the field, he just has a different impact on this team. Not only that, Lamar gets hurt a lot every single year where he's missing a lot of games. So I'm gonna stick with Jalen because I do see Jalen he's going to continue to progress because he put so much hard work behind it. I'm gonna stick with Jalen Hurts, and this was not an easy decision, guys. So don't be calling me out in the comments. I'm sticking with Jalen Hurts.
It's kind of easy for me. It really is. Like, I'm sticking with Jalen Hurts. I'm not even really thinking about it that much. I mean, the way that Hurts played this year, you have to assume he's going to be at least as good or better going forward. And look, I think he's playing great football, winning football. So if I'm the Eagles, I would not make that trade. I'm keeping Jalen Hurts over Lamar.
This is why it was difficult, because what happened if you put an A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the Ravens? Right now, the Ravens have nothing, so Lamar thinks he has to do, or he does have to do everything in order for them to win. If you put those weapons around Lamar, it might be a little bit different situation. But I agree with you. I'm still sticking with Jalen.
That's a fair point. I agree. That is a very fair point. If you give Lamar that kind of talent, are we talking about a completely different story? That's kind of making me think about my decision, but I think I'm going to stay with Jalen. Okay, Walk, you going the other way on this one?
Absolutely. If you like, Brittany stole everything I was going to say. It's basically, if you give Lamar, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Goddard, and that running game as well with Miles Sanders and Boston, I think it's a no-brainer, especially even with that offense. It's not a Greg Roman offense that he's running right now in Baltimore, but in that Sirianni offense for sure. I think Lamar shines. I think he's a little bit better. He's more seasoned, obviously, than Jalen. Nothing to take away from Jalen Hurts, ladies and gentlemen, by any stretch. I'm not trying to downplay that. I know how you Eagles guys, you Eagles fans can come at me when I say something. You know, you guys just
we know how they can
be.
Absolutely.
Yes, 49ers fans are similar.
Absolutely.
When you 49ers chats, they be the same way.
No, I'm just saying. Every time I say something about, I try to, I pick one guy over an Eagles guy, and then all of a sudden I'm just disrespecting the Eagle guy. I'm not doing that at all. But yeah, I would take Lamar for sure. Over there. This is a no-brainer for me. I think he's faster than Jalen. I think he does have a better arm, like Brittany mentioned as well. And if you surround him with all those weapons we mentioned, I think you pick up the phone if you're the Eagles and say, yeah. So what else do you want?
I think
convincing.
I think what gets it though for me is the intangibles, his leadership.
Yeah,
this guy is like this. This like no this. Okay. Jalen's like a seasoned vet when you see him in a press conference, but this team believes it and feels it, and so does he, and that's what won me over with him. He got that former President Obama charisma. Believe whatever you say.
It's interesting. I think the injuries, because I do worry about that with Lamar and the amount of hits that he continues to take year after year. But it's interesting. I think I'm gonna stick with Jalen, but K-Walk, you were convincing, man. I almost flipped my pick here.
It's a close one.
It's close.
Now let me ask you this question. Whose offense is Lamar running? Is he running Greg Roman's offense in Baltimore, or is he running Sirianni's offense in Philly?
So if he goes to Philly, he would be running the Philly
So,
offense.
so the risk of the injuries would go down.
Yeah, true.
In my opinion, he wouldn't run the ball as much. He wouldn't run the ball as much.
Not
No. In Greg Roman's
they're-
offense, you have to run the ball with Lamar does. He does. I'm not saying he doesn't have to run the ball in Sirianni's offense. I'm saying he doesn't have to run it as much.
Okay, I got what you're saying. Yeah, because they are a pass happy offense, which I'm not going to say my rant right now. That's part of my rant. So we'll move on.
All right, let's go to Chicago, K-Walk. Justin Fields, to me, looked like a guy that started figuring it out those last few weeks. I think the ceiling is really, really high for Justin Fields. Give him another year or two. I think he's going to be a really, really good quarterback in the NFL. If you're the Bears and they give that call, they say, you give us Fields, we'll send you Lamar. Are you making that deal, K-Walk?
No, I'm not. I like Fields better than I like Lamar. I'm sorry, guys. My light keep going out here. I'm on bad. I do like Fields a little bit better than I like Lamar. Reason being because he runs smarter than Lamar. I know Lamar is in a situation. Excuse me, guys. My light keep going out here. We got to charge that. But nonetheless, yeah, I think Justin Fields is a better overall quarterback than Lamar right now. He's young as well. I know it's kind of going against what I said, again for Jalen Hurts, but I do like Justin Fields better than I like Lamar. Because I just don't like Lamar running as much. I mean, Lamar in this offense, and this who's I forget who the offensive coordinator is for the Bears, but I do like the offense that they run there. Justin Fields does run a lot, but he runs smarter than Lamar. So I'm going Justin Fields here, man. I definitely like him, man. I love his arm. I love the way sometimes, not sometimes, but a lot of times he doesn't take that unnecessary hit. He doesn't run. He sometimes he uses his legs to buy more time, to extend the play. Not so much to get down the field, but to use his legs to run. Even though he does it a lot, but he does it effectively. He does it really smart. I think with Lamar. I don't think he can do that with this offense. So I know I'm sounding contradictory here, ladies and gentlemen, because but I do like them. I'm basing it off the fact that I like Justin Fields better than I like any of these young quarterbacks right now, including
Walk.
I don't
think you're crazy, man. I'm keeping Justin Fields as well. I really think he has a big upside. You watch him those last couple weeks, he was really starting to figure it out. And this is with not a lot of talent around him. That offensive line really couldn't protect him, and he's making things happen. I think in a couple of years, we might be talking about him as one of the best quarterbacks in football. I'm keeping Justin Fields. Britt, subliminally, that means K-Walk took Justin Fields over Jalen Hurts.
I did.
That's why I said,
but what say you, Britt? Where are you going on this one?
Not subliminally. I'm going to tell you straight up.
Yeah, just straight up.
But everything you say, he runs smarter. Jalen runs smarter. Who has better intangibles? Jalen has better intangibles. Who's more accurate? Jalen's more accurate. Who runs their offense?
Who has the better weapons?
Who has the better
weapons?
Okay, so you put AJ. So Justin Fields as accurate as Jalen Hurts right now?
Yeah,
they around the same age.
I think so. So that doesn't have to do with age. He's just accurate. He's just accurate. Okay.
Justin Fields is more accurate than Jalen Hurts.
Yes, I believe so.
I
believe so.
And
who does he have to throw to?
And part of what you're saying too, K-Walk, is if he was playing in that offense, right?
Yes, that's what I'm
with those Eagles weapons.
Yes,
you give him. I think Justin. I need y'all to go really back.
Good. I like Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields in the future will be a very great quarterback. But right now, he is not more accurate than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been dropping dimes all season long. Unbelievable dimes. Some dimes better. Some will compare to almost. He's not Patrick Mahomes, but just as good as Patrick Mahomes. Like he has been dropping dimes. Justin Fields has been all over the place. If he can run, he's going to take off running. He's an unbelievable runner. He still got to prove it as far as accuracy. We already know he got a strong arm, but strong arm in the NFL means nothing. It really means nothing. We have seen that time and time again. But in this case, I think Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson at this moment are basically the same type of player. So I'm going to go, if Lamar Jackson is healthy and has these receivers, He's a former MVP, and he's still only about 25 years old. I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think for me, I'm just going off of the ceiling. I just feel like Fields might have a higher ceiling. I really do.
We don't know Lamar's
time
ceiling
will
because,
tell.
like you keep
Time will
saying,
tell.
he don't have the team around him right now.
He doesn't, but his team is better than Justin's team right now. The Bears are awful, and Justin Fields is really figuring it out, I think. But anyway, let's move on. I don't want to